Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. I am waiting to see who hops on here. So let's see who hops on. Okay, we got some people starting. Good morning. Okay, let me try and get some of this light in here. I see a big glare on my screen. My dining room is really light. Got a lot of light, which is awesome, but not so much for videos. Okay, maybe that helped a little. Good morning. Happy Friday. Let me get a drink. I'm running a little bit behind this morning, which is normal. Alexa, stop. Okay, maybe I'm here. Good morning. I'm always running behind. Even with my best intentions, I'm never on time. All right, let me get down here so I can see you. As you can see, we're coming to you from my dining room table. So I want it to be a little bit more so that you can see it a little better. So I've been super busy here. I don't know about all of you, but it's been really busy. All right, my phone is really far away from me at this moment, so I'm having a hard time reading. Okay, so if you're here, just give a thumbs up, give a heart. If you see the red live button up in your left-hand corner, that means you are catching me live. But if you're watching this and the live button is not lit up, just hashtag replay. I like to see how many people come back and look at the videos. And I will tell you, I do have a YouTube channel. I will post the link when we're done here. That way you can subscribe to that, because with so much stuff going on in the world the way it is, and they've been talking a lot about censoring a lot of things with Facebook. They've even had a couple groups wanting to pull it down, things like that. I don't want those videos to get lost. So I did start a YouTube channel. I have been putting everything over there, my videos. So subscribe to that. I'll put a link when I'm done here, and then you can go ahead and subscribe to that. And I will tell you, the videos are a lot easier to access and find. Not necessarily access, but to find them, because you can see titles under them. When they're here in Facebook, even though I title them, you don't see the title underneath. So when you're searching for something, it's a little bit difficult to come here because you got to go through a bunch of videos and click on them and see if that's the right video. So it's a little bit easier when you're looking for something and you're searching to, you know, just be specific with a video. So subscribe to that when I put the link up, and then that way it'll be easier. I'm also thinking about maybe starting a blog or something like that, because I am afraid that if, you know, Facebook gets shuts down or they start censoring things, I don't think that we'd be censored, but who knows? I get videos pulled all the time. I get posts pulled all the time. For what reason? I have no idea, but I do. So I'm thinking, you know, I'm thinking I might start a blog and then just blog there daily. And then, you know, also be able maybe to share those posts here. I don't know. I haven't really, it was something I started thinking about maybe about 2 weeks ago when, you know, everything started happening. I'm thinking, oh boy. Okay. Good morning, Judy and Julie and Donna and Polly. I can't really see that far. Pat's, is that Cece? Yeah, this phone's so far away. But, so what I wanted to do today, let's go ahead and get the video started. I'm thinking dad things here because Father's Day is Sunday. And a lot of places, even though, you know, I order my supplies out sometimes like 6 weeks ahead, that doesn't necessarily mean, you know me guys, I'm always a day late and a dollar short here. I am always running behind. I have still not got any of my Father's Day gifts done for my sons and son-in-laws because I do give them something. They're the dads to my grandbabies. So they're special in my eyes for that. So I do give them something. I have not done that. We are going to work on something today for them. I'm usually busy just working in my, you know, my sales, my shop for things that are sold, and you know, I'm usually doing that. I'm usually shipping out inventory, finished products. So I'm always late myself with getting things done. And even though I have a lot of supplies, that doesn't necessarily mean that in the end, when it's time, I have supplies left. Like I have 0 mugs left of the frosted mugs, 0. I did not even save any for my kids. So shame on me. So here I am, I'm thinking at the last minute, oh no, what do my son and son-in-laws, what can I make them? So I had to come up with something yesterday, actually, when I was at the store. So we're going to do shirts. And this is something that you can find right at Walmart or at any of your, you know, shops if you can find a polyester t-shirt. And shirts are always great for guys. You know, I struggle with finding things for guys. So a shirt's always a good thing for a guy. So I figured, this is something I can find readily available. And if you're struggling at the last minute to come up with something, make a shirt. It's always a great thing for the guys. It's something, you know, they wear, whatever. And there's so many different ways that you can do shirts, so many different things. I have a ton of designs in my shop that would work on a shirt. But I did put today, I just listed it, I just posted it for you all. We are going to do, my heat press is off. We're going to do a cute design I came up with last night. Both of my son-in-laws tell dad jokes constantly. They even post them on Facebook. So, especially the one. So I thought, what better shirt for him than a dad joke shirt? So that's what we're going to do today. So for the 2 dads that I have, the 2 son-in-laws, I am going to make them dad shirts. The dad joke shirts. Okay, so I did post that over there. It's going to be available 24 hours. I'll leave it on until tomorrow at around 10 a.m. and then it'll be gone. So grab it, download it, and then you have it if you want to use it. All right. So all I did was I went to my local Walmart. I grabbed, and I have used these shirts before. This is just the George shirts. Okay, they're $3.88. They are 65%, I think it's recycled polyester. Which sometimes I'm not real crazy about the recycled polyester. And I will tell you with it, you're going to have more of a faded look. No, this is just regular polyester. So this is 65% polyester. And let me tell you, when you're doing a shirt, or any item with sublimation, you want at least 65 and above. And the reason you do is because the better the polyester count, being 100%, the brighter your image is going to show up. Sublimation inks turn into a gas and become part of your fabric. So they need the polyester to take, the polyester fabric is what absorbs that ink. And it's what that ink needs to be processed into. So when we're doing a 65% polyester, that means only 65% of my design is being put into this shirt. So I'm not getting 100%. So 65% is only becoming part of the shirt. And that's why it's going to have more of a vintage, faded look. But that's okay. A lot of people like that, you know, not super bright, vintage kind of look. And it works. So that's what I'm going to do with this. So we're not going to have a super bright design like as if I put it on 100%. So just remember that. Sublimation ink becomes part of your fabric. It becomes your fabric. It will be your fabric. It will last the life of your fabric. It won't fade out. So just remember that. So we're only getting 65% of that. And it's not like vinyl. It doesn't sit on top of your fabric. It is now part of your fabric. Okay, and I see that I forgot my heating pad, my Cricut pressing pad. So let me grab that real quick. Had to run downstairs and grab that. Okay, I'm going to try to every now and then come up here and see if I can get some comments because I can't read them from that far back. You look like you have a lot of sun. Yeah, it's really sunny here today. I'm in PA, and we've got some sunshine. So, okay. I'm going to do, I grabbed a few shirts there. They have a bunch of different colored shirts. So let me show you all the colors they have. They have, of course, the white. And like I said, these are at Walmart, the George brand. They're the moisture wicking, and they're $3.88. They've also got a mustard color. I grabbed a bunch yesterday. They have a blue. And these are the colors. They have more colors than this, but these were the colors that I figured would work with sublimation because the darker the shirt, like obviously black will not work. And when you start getting into darker colors, the sublimation, you can't see it. So you need to go with more lighter colors. So they have this blue. They have a purple. And I have used the blue and the purple before with my husband's shirts. And those turn out nice. And then I found this one, which I hadn't seen before, and I kind of like. It's almost like a mint. And I liked it. So I grabbed it as well. But today I'm going to do the white because this is a good summer color. Okay. And usually I do all of my pressing on my heat press. So I've not done shirts with my Cricut Easy Press, but I'm going to do that today with you guys. And we're going to see how this goes. Because I have never done that before. But I love my Easy Press, so I figure why not, let's try it. Alright, and for the Easy Press, you've seen me use this with the blankets, the baby blankets. This is just the Whitmore ironing pad. And it's got some magnets on the back. I guess it's made for like you put in a washing machine if you needed to or something. But I love this. I use this just to protect my surface. And I'm actually going to do, we're going to do the dad's jokes. Okay. Like I said, I already put this in the files for you. And this looks like it is, you know, facing you, but this is actually mirror imaged. Okay. And I'm actually going to do this on the back of the shirt. All right. And then this is what I'm using. I am going to put this inside my shirt. And this is the Cricut Easy Press Pad. I love this, the pressing pad. I love this one. This one's the bigger one. So I'm just going to put this inside my shirt to be able to press. And when you're pressing fabric items, you definitely should be using a pressing pillow because it gives you better presses, more even pressure, things like that. So, like I said, I've not used an easy press for any pressing on shirts. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is new to me too. Oh yeah, I got my fur baby. That's my Nico. That's my buddy. He's always by my side. And someone had asked me about parchment paper. Can you use parchment paper? I have some sheets of parchment paper here, and you can use parchment paper and you can use it in a pinch. I always say use the butcher paper. It's a little bit more thicker, which, you know, that doesn't matter. But when I first started, I used parchment paper all the time. And I just found that it was just really expensive. So when someone had, you know, I'd seen in the other groups that someone had mentioned butcher paper, and I'm like, oh, so that's what I always buy. And I'm in a pinch because my husband's at the store buying me the butcher paper, and I ran out yesterday. And I usually always have 2 rolls here, but I have been swamped. And when I say swamped, I've been swamped with orders here. And I ran out of paper last night. So I'm in a pinch. I'm using parchment paper. So that's what we're going to use today. So we're going to show you how that works just as well. I am going to put this on the inside of my shirt just for bleed through, because I don't want that to bleed through. And it's more than likely it probably will. And I don't want that. So has anybody done shirts with their Cricut Easy Press here? Any tips I should know before I go in and just go at it? Okay, so this is I'm going to do a big design with this. So I think I printed this one out to be, let me get my tape measure. And I figure I'm going to put it up here at the top, maybe like in between the shoulder blades. But this design is printed out about 9 by 11. Okay, so I printed this one out fairly big. And you know me, I don't lint roll. I kind of just go with it. So I'm not going to lint roll. I'm just going to eyeball this. I'm an eyeballer too. And I'm just going to tape this down. So I'll tape all 4 corners. Make it as straight as my eye sees it. And I've been really, has anybody else been really busy with sales lately? And surprisingly, they haven't been, Dad, oh, I think I got this. I might have to redo this. They haven't been for Father's Day. They've been garden flags. So I will say that I'm thankful for that. But I have been super busy pressing, printing for the, okay, I have to redo this. Because once I look at it, I've realized I'm not centered. pressed in the last since Friday of last week, so a week, I've pressed and printed over 1,200 flags. And I'm on my last 300. So it's been crazy busy here. People's decorating their homes and their gardens. Yes, your frosted mugs are. Oh, Maria, I'm glad to hear that. You know what? I don't even know if I even posted one in my site. I was so busy. Sometimes I'll make things and then I'll forget to post it. Like, that's crazy, but I do. Okay, so I have the pressing pillow inside. Then I did cover the inside with parchment paper, the design, and then we're gonna go with that. And then I just set this on, we're gonna see, 460 seconds. We're gonna see how that goes. I have not done any shirts. I've done towels and things like that, but I have not done a shirt with my Cricut Easy Press. My calendar is off. I have to. Oh. June 12th. Oh, geez. Yeah. So this is a Father's Day gift. I'm running behind too. I've been so busy with flags, it's been insane. It's a good insane. I mean, that's the way we want it to be. You don't want your business to be, if you have a business, you don't want it to be here in Cricut. So, but sometimes you're just like pulling your hair out because you're trying to keep up. And the last week has been that way for me. Need a tape dispenser, yes. All right, so hopefully we got this whole design covered. Okay. I don't know if this was too hot of heat. I'm not sure. I know usually I do. When I did shirts, I usually used to put it down to about 385. It don't look too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so let's show you. So, I might be putting my Easy Press out occasionally when I'm doing a shirt. Okay. And of course it says, I tell dad jokes periodically, and that is for the iodine, sodium, and phosphorus. Okay. So, there you go. But what I'm going to do is, you know me, less is never more for me. I'm the more is more kind of girl. So we did this on the back. Okay. Yes, that is the Easy Press. Okay. This is the bad boy I'm using. This is the 12 by 10 one. It's their biggest sized one. I really wish they would come out with and honestly, I would love to see a 12 by 12 big block. Just because even whenever I did vinyl and stuff like that, you know, our papers are always set at 12 by 12. And I would love to see that. So, you know, but the 12 by 10, I use it a lot. But I've never used it for shirts, so here we are. Okay, and I wanted to show you, even though, you know, it's 65%, look how nice the design still shows up. It's not real vintage, but, you know, 65% of that ink is what's infused in here right now. Okay. That's the Easy Press 2, right? Yes. It has to go up to, the 2 goes up to the 400 degrees. And that's what you need. If you're going to buy an Easy Press, you definitely need it to go up a little bit higher heat. It has to be up at the 400. And when they came out with the Easy Press 2, that's what it does. So when you're doing sublimation, sublimation takes a higher heat. So I did that for 400 on there, and it did not leave any pressing marks, so that's an awesome, like I didn't get that dreaded box. So that part I'm going to tell you I love, because sometimes if I have the heat press set too much pressure, you will get that dreaded box. And that's what we don't want. And I know when I do my, the velour towels, the kitchen towels and things like that, I use the Easy Press a little bit more for it because it doesn't give me that box. It's just the right amount of weight that it doesn't give you that box. Okay, so now I am actually going to do something on the front here because I'm kicking it up a notch. So let's put this in here. Always use a pressing pillow. You'll be happy you did. Your pressure is much better. Plus it throws some of that heat back at you on the inside of the garment, which is nice. Okay, so what I did was I made these cute little hello, my name is, and I left this blank for you so that you could put in there whatever name, if you wanted to put the name Mike, Daddy, Papa, whatever, there it is. Okay, so just go ahead. I just added this name with a cute kid font. I don't even remember what it is. I think it's Kids in the House font. So I'm going to do Dad. You know me, I like to use my paper cutter. So I'm going to get that because I like straight lines. It just helps to guide me a little better. So I'm going to cut this with my paper cutter. So I like to usually cut out my designs, my prints with a paper cutter because I like having straight lines. It just helps me when I'm lining things up a little bit better. So if you have the chance, I always recommend grabbing a paper cutter. You will not be sorry you did. Okay, so all I did was just cut these out and look nice and straight so that it helps me when I'm guiding. Okay, and I am going to put this up here as like as it's a little name tag. All right, I just thought how funny would that be? And that's going to say, hello, my name is Dad. Taping it down, and I probably should put butcher paper on the inside. So let me grab a little piece. I'm going to cut this. And I just want to do this to protect the inside so it doesn't, nothing transfers onto my heat pad, my pressing pillow. I love these pressing pillows. They're my favorite. And I've had a lot over the years. These have the most dense foam inside it. And I love it for that reason. Because they're nice and dense. They don't crush down after 20 or 30 uses. Okay. Let me try and answer some question. Here, let me get the heat press on. Okay, let me get up here, see if I can see some questions. Yes, I love straight lines. Okay, the brand is George brand from Walmart. So these are for last minute gifts. These are great to do because you can go right to Walmart and grab them. It is the George brand. Make sure when you're doing them, always look for the polyester count. Even if it's not a George brand, 65% or above. The better, the higher the poly count, the brighter your designs will show up. Remember that if it's 100%, you're getting 100% of your ink being infused into your fabric. 65% of this is right now going into my fabric. Okay. Light pressure, yes. All right. Where did I get the bottom mat? I got that on Amazon. Okay, let's see if we can get this up. It seemed like there we go. And that was parchment paper I was using. So you can use parchment paper. I always say get butcher paper. It's much more cost effective. Here you go. Hello, my name is Dad. And then on the back, I tell dad jokes periodically. Okay, like how cute would that be for Dad, right? So this is a great last minute gift. So if you're looking for something at the last minute, and you know, if this isn't the design that you want, this design I did give to you there, it's free today in the files. So grab these, both of these are in here, the name tag. Name tag's blank, so you can fill it in with whatever you want. But even though, like, that's not red, but look how nice that still turned out with 65%. Okay? So how cute is that? And then here's the back. Still, this, even though this is only 65% from Walmart, still turns out really well. All right, so let's go. I'm going to do it on another color. Let's do the, oh, you know what? I didn't show you guys this one. There's a pink one. There's also a pink one here. I didn't realize that. So we have mint. These were all the colors, the light enough colors that I found at Walmart to use. And of course the white. Okay, so, and these are only $3.88. Great gifts, last minute. And you know, you can give them this. You could even take this, put this on a mug, on a travel mug, a coffee mug, whatever. You can do that. So, you know, you can give them a shirt with some, you know, beverage of their choice. Whatever. Coffee cup. So, but this was, I figured, be last minute. So here's the blue, the white, the mustard color. Here's a pink. I'm going to do this pink with that. Here is like a mint, like a sage, and a purple. And all of these would work. I have done the blue and I have done the purple for a shirt for my husband, and I know they turn out nicely. And you could probably find it here in my photos. Sorry. All right, so let's do, I want to do this pink, because the one son-in-law absolutely loves pink. He wears it a lot. So this would be great for him. I didn't even realize I had this color. How awesome. I was just at Walmart last night, and I'm like, I need to pick up all of these. So I grabbed a couple. Because shirts, if you're going to, shirts are always something great to have in your stash. When someone comes to you and says, hey, I need a last minute gift. You know, there's some staple items, mugs I keep all the time. But, you know, sometimes I think, how many mugs does a person need? But yet you can say to somebody, how many t-shirts does a dad or a mom or somebody need? You could have a closet full and you still never have enough. But sometimes you get a little bit of on your limit with mugs. So shirts, if you go to Walmart, grab shirts, because they're something that you can always have as a last minute gift. So let's turn this over. And we're going to do the pressing pillow inside. And yes, I do not lint roll. I live life dangerously. I have been lint rolling lately on some of my flags. I got a shipment of flags in. And I have no idea. I've never had problems with flags. I've never lint rolled them. But this last batch of about 500 was horrible for lint. And I realized after about the third one that I had to lint roll them. So I don't know what was in their factory, because these came from China. But whatever was in their factory, it was literally all over these flags. I couldn't see it, the eye couldn't see it, but believe me, my heat press found it. So my lint roller has been going on my flags this last week. These, what brand are these? If you're coming in late, these are the George brand, moisture wicking, and they're 65%. Okay, let me show you the tag. And Now this one's recycled. The white one was not. So let's see if we can get this here for you. This one is a recycled material. And sometimes, I will tell you, sometimes a recycled material, I have noticed, is a little bit more, just a little bit more faded. And I don't know why. I guess the recycling of it does something to the process of the polyester. So let's see how this goes. All right, so it's ready. Pressing pillow inside. We are going to take this up here and place that in. And that's just to protect it from bleeding onto my pressing pillow. I have not done this pink before, so I'm excited to see how it turns out. Oh, that needs moved down. I have done the blue, the purple, and I think I did a mustard before. And again, I'm going to do this one because this one's for my other son-in-law. I'm going to place it right in about the shoulder blades. And I'm funny with shirts myself. I don't really wear a lot of shirts myself, being you know, a lady with a lot of graphics on the front. I just don't like to draw the attention to this area, being a lady. So if I do a shirt for myself, a lot of times I will throw it on the back of my shirt. That's just something, you know, that's just my weird way, but I'm funny about that. Let me tape this a little bit more. So if you're doing shirts, and I do ask my customers, I always ask them, do you want the design on the back or would you like it on the front? Just because I know from my personal experience, I definitely want it on the back for me. So that is something that I ask my customers. Yeah, no matter what you do, you can't get a bright print on a recycled polyester. When I did the two shirts for my husband in the blue and the purple, I'm pretty sure these are also recycled. They don't get a bright print either. And it must be something in the material, the recycling of it. I want to say this is recycled. Yeah, so that's why, because I did the blue and a purple for my husband. And you get that kind of vintage faded look. But these shirts are really soft and really, they almost have a vintage wash to them anyways. They're not that really super bright. So it's perfect for the shirt. So we're going to see how it turns out on the pink. And this is 400 at 60. Sometimes I do it a little bit lower heat when I used to do shirts, but this seems to be okay on these. And I don't see any scorching, which is great. No discoloration, which is awesome. And you all know what I mean whenever I say about the discoloration. A lot of times on shirts or something like that, you might get a shirt and then you heat press it and it has that box of a discoloration. This isn't doing it with the Cricut Easy Press, which I'm loving. But see how it gives that vintage? It's not a solid black. It's more like I've washed it, and this is my favorite shirt that I've washed, you know, 50 to 100 times. So this is turning out nice. All right, and that's on the back. So I'm also going to do the front name tag. I'm so impressed that I can eyeball the design. Let me tell you, don't be that impressed, because I have a lot of things where I look at it and think, well, I must have not been seeing that one clearly. Yeah, I'll give you a little trick though that I used to use when I did vinyl. Because, you know, I want vinyl, I definitely, even though this too, I wanted to make sure that it was straight, and I had a hard time lining up vinyl for some reason. I have an easier time with this. I would take my shirt and I would fold it in half. Then I would put this under the heat press and I'd press this line really good. And then I would take right from armpit to armpit, and I knew that was the center right across my shirt. And I would heat press that across. And then that gave me a little bit of a faint enough line and a grid to show me exactly where my center point was and a line to work across. So if that helps you, you could absolutely still do that to line up your shirts for that, okay? So that's all I did. Folded it in half and then pressed, and then armpit to armpit, and then did a press here under my heat press. And then that would give me that line. All right, so let's do the front. We're going to do the little name tag. So these are great t-shirts, make great last minute gifts, especially because you could run to the store for them if you're like, oh boy. And I don't care what it's for, you can have a t-shirt for every occasion. Every holiday, every occasion, every day. I've made so many shirts over the years, even when I was doing vinyl. I would forget, my kids would come to me and say, Mom, I got a birthday party to go to. Oh, well, great. And then they'd pop out the invite that they got like 2 weeks earlier. And my biggest thing was I would make a t-shirt. Okay, we're gonna make them a t-shirt because that's what I had on hand. So if you can, grab your shirts, keep a few different sizes. I will tell you, extra large is my #1 size, with a close second to large. And then medium, and I sell very, very little small. But that's not to say that you shouldn't have at least 1 or 2, always 2, for that oops moment on hand, because you never know who is going to need a small and then you messed it up and you can't run to the store. So when you buy shirts, always buy them in 2s. As anything. Don't get yourself stuck in a bind. Always keep 2 of something on hand for that oops moments, because you're going to have an oops moment. I've been doing this for years, and believe me, I have lots of oops moments. So grab some shirts. Definitely have extra large, and large is the biggest sellers, then a medium, and at least 2 small. Again, 400 degrees, 60 seconds. Okay. So this pink turned out pretty good, which I'm happy about. So let's see how the red looks on the pink. And I do love these shirts. These shirts are super soft. Like we know that most of us sell, when we buy like from Michael's, and we buy the t-shirts that we were used to having for vinyl. You can do vinyl on these as well. But when we were doing vinyl on them, they were, you know, they had that stiffness to them, and they were a little bit more stiff. These are not. Polyester is so soft, and I think that's what makes these really soft and more like a vintage. I've washed it 20, 40 times. It's becoming my favorite t-shirt. I think it's the polyester in it. So I love these t-shirts. Oh, that's cute. Okay. So it turned out, this turned out adorable. I like the pink. There you go. Hello, my name is Dad, and I tell dad jokes periodically. Okay, so there you go. Easy, super, super easy. And no scorching and no discoloration with the Easy Press. So if you haven't got an Easy Press yet, and maybe, you know, you can't afford a bigger press right now and you're looking for something, I highly, highly, highly recommend this. I am so glad I got this. This is a favorite press of mine. I use it probably more than you think I do. I love it because it heats up quickly. It is portable. So if you're going to a craft show or you're going somewhere, you know, that you're going to be on the spot printing, that is a press that you would want to have. This would be great to take to a craft show as long as you have electric at your site. You can have a lot of things ready to go, ready to be pressed. You could have these. This is how I would do this at a craft show. I would literally have a few of these shirts done. I would even, I would definitely have the back done. And then what you could do is you can have a few of these ready to go in your system, in your computer, and then you could print the name tag out at the last minute and then just be pressing these with your Easy Press. That would be great for craft shows. All right, let me see if I can bring this to me now closer since I'm done. Okay. Are they 100% poly? No, they're only 65%. And my press here, I like the pink shirt. I love the pink shirt. My press is, this is the 12 by 11. Okay. 12 by 10. I'm sorry, 12 by 10. I'm going to try and make sure, hopefully I didn't miss any questions. Sorry, the camera was like so far away. Where did I get the large pressing mat? Okay, so this is the pressing pillow. I got this as a Cricut one. And this large pressing mat that I have right here, this is off of Amazon. And it is the Whitmore, W-H-I-T-M-O-R, ironing mat. And it's just, I don't even know the size of it. Let me get my tape measure out. And it's just really, it's just a heat protectant. So it's approximately 27.5 by 21.5. And I use it to set on my table just to protect it. And I will tell you, underneath my tables, it's cold. So it does a really good job with protecting it. Okay, so that was a quick, easy, fast, last minute Father's Day shirts. Again, front, back for the dads out there. Here's the white. And then I'll show you the other sizes for those of you that are the other colors that missed it. These were the ones that I found. So we got white. And we have pink, which I love these two colors. We got purple, and I have done a purple. There, it's in my photos here from my husband. I did one time, please leave by 9 p.m. And that design's in my shop as well. Got mustard. We got like a mint sage color. Then we got a blue, and I have done the blue. Now just remember that with the recycled, it gets more of a vintage look, but that's great on these ones because these were all the colors that I found. Now they had more colors than this there, but these were the colors that I felt would work best with the sublimation. Okay. And super nice colors. They take the ink very well. What size press do I have? I have the 12 by 10. All right, everybody. I'm going to let you go and enjoy the start of your weekend. It is Father's Day. So the shirts would be a great idea for Dad, along with whatever else you want to throw in there. So there you have it. Last minute, run to Walmart. Anything, you don't necessarily need to get these ones, but as long as you get a shirt that's 65% polyester and above, it will work for you. Okay. Yeah, the 12 by 10. What are these shirts called? They're just the George brand shirts, that's all. And they're the moisture wicking, they're George brand. So they're just at Walmart. All right, have a great weekend. Enjoy your time with all the dads out there, and enjoy your day. And as always, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can get me in my messenger here on the group page, or you can message me in my Etsy shop. All right, everybody. Love you guys, and be blessed.